Who's here? I could sit here and wait all day. I just have to talk to a person. I need to know there's somebody on the other end. I can't talk to myself. Do you want to say hi? Who's here? Betty June. Thank you, Betty. Boker Tov. I just cannot start till somebody says hi. Hi, Susan Platinsky, Grand Rising. Thanks for coming. Anybody else want to say hi before we start? Hey, Doc. All is well. Hey, Aleph. It was such a good reading last night. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for letting me read the Aramaic. All right, you guys, let's go. Get comfy here. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Chase. Thanks for saying hi. Okay, so today I want to accomplish two things. I want to talk about gematria, and I want to go into the notes of Rabbi Gozlan, his introductory class to the TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, this new endeavor that he started on his Kabbalah YouTube channel, which has like a million followers, which bodes very well for Geula. Hi, Stephen. So we're going to do Rabbi Gozlan's notes, and we're going to do some talk of gematria. And we're going to talk about how Mashiach is the driving force. I'm going to explain what that means. So today, what is today? Today is Thursday, February 5th. Look at the calendar. 2026. And we are smack in the middle of the greatest story the Ein Sof Baruch Hu ever told. Before I begin, I actually wanted to tell you guys a story, what happened to me at my grandson's upsherin this past Sunday when we cut his hair. Hey, Creamer. Smack in the middle. I was sitting in the room, and I would say there was about 50 people in my house. And I was busy. I was, helping people get what they needed and hosting. And normally at parties, I'm like a wallflower. I don't like parties. I don't like small talk. I have like social anxiety. I don't like the feeling of being in a group of people. I just want to after my husband knows 10 minutes and I want to go home. My ex-husband. And so I was having a different experience at this party on Sunday because I was much more ragua, much more calm than I usually am. Being in that kind of environment. And I realized that ever since I started incorporating Aleph Mem Shin into my consciousness, it has made me much more relaxed in my own skin. And there was a moment, I've had this moment, I've heard other people talk about it in the group. I'm sure Aleph has experienced this also, where Aleph Mem Shin goes from something intellectual to something magical in the moment. And I was sitting in my dining room and I was watching somebody get their face painted and I was watching somebody take food and I was just watching, like kind of an observer, watching everybody. And I had this thought come in, just descend on me like a bird. And it sounded like this. Everybody's Aleph Mem Shin. Everybody in this room is Aleph Mem Shin. Is Aleph Mem Shin. Aleph Mem Shin. Like there wasn't one person left out of that pattern of Hashem. And I was like, there, Aleph Mem Shin, there, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Everybody in the room suddenly became a manifestation of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu, of his will, of his pattern, of his recognizable, self-evident, as Ira says, pattern. And it was such a magical moment of like ascension, like I was taken out of time and space. And it was just a moment of pure bliss and relaxation and love. Like I just loved everybody in that room because I saw each person as a vehicle of the divine, as an expression of an actualized version. Every single person was an actualized expression of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, of a Ein Sof Baruch Hu. And in that moment, I could only love them the way that I love Hashem, unconditionally. And everybody became beautiful, like all the different variations. This one's nose, that one's eyes, that one's, mouth. Everything just showed Hashem's playfulness and love of variety. Like no two faces look the same. How does Hashem pull that off? I don't know. Yeah, Shauna, you've experienced it. It's magical, and I hope to experience it more and more. We are the beta testers for Aleph Mem Shin. We're mamish like the 0.1% of reality, aware of this precious Or Haganuz. I'll call it that. This is the information that is the Or Haganuz that will go worldwide and will bring world peace. And we get to test it out. We get to test drive it first. So consider yourself among the privileged. Even doppelgangers aren't exactly the same, Shana. They're not. There's no two faces exactly the same. Okay, so my next thing I wanted to talk about is gematria, and like we talk about gematria all the time, and I was struck with like, what is it? Like, why are we doing this? What is the significance of gematria? And what made me think of it was the fact that the 8-letter braided name of Hashem, the Adonai plus the Yud-Kei Vav-Kei that we spoke about in the past two classes, that is the yichud that brings the union, the yichud of the shemos, of the names of Hashem, that brings about the yichud of the Kutchabrichu and the Shchinte, which is the heralding of Geula. That cosmic union is what Geula is. So when we have this intention, l'shem yichud Kutchabrichu Shechinte, we are hastening Geula, accelerating Geula, embodying, using our voice to call it in. And then I realized that Amen is 91 in gematria, and the braided name of Hashem is also 91. So what is the significance there? And then I remember learning in Zohar that it's more important to say Amen than to say the bracha. And why is that? Because Amen is this was like compressed version of that yichud of the Kutchabrichu and the Shchinte, because they are connected from within through gematria. So when you say Amen, it is akin, it is equivalent, it is, I'm going to read to you, the Rabbi GPT had really good wording for it, but it is in essence, it is united in essence through gematria. So this is why saying Amen is such a big deal. And this is why every Jew I know is like screams Amen, 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 Amen to every bracha. I see Sydney. Look. Oh, that's funny that I just saw that. See, that's Hashem right there. Amen, Amen, Amen. So let's go into the Rabbi GPT. So I asked the Rabbi GPT, when two words have the same gematria, how does it connect them? Like, what's the deal with gematria? Why is this such a big deal in Zohar, in Kabbalah? Every Kabbalist has a brain for gematria. Why? What is it doing for them? Great question. Because in real Kabbalistic method, gematria is not a word game. It's not a game. It's a tool. It's a discovery tool. What is it discovering? That when two words share the same gematria, the tradition doesn't say they mean the same thing. It says something much more precise. When two words share a gematria, they share the same inner spiritual root, the shoresh. They're connected at their root. Like they're two emanations and they go up and they join at the top of the root. Meaning there are two expressions, two different variations. Just like everyone's face is an expression of Aleph Mem Shin, every word that shares a gematria is an expression of the same shoresh or underlying force appearing in different garments. What gematria is actually measuring, oh, these are the words that I love. Gematria is measuring the energy signature, the energetic signature of a word. Okay? So Amen carries the same energetic signature as the 8-letter braided name of Hashem. Gematria is not the dictionary meaning, not the story or the surface idea, but the Sephira pattern or root light invested into that word. Two words with the same gematria are like two different organs in the body running on the same blood supply. They look different, function different, but they draw from the same source. Classic example of this is the word echad and ahava. They're both 13 in gematria. It doesn't mean that love equals one exactly. It means love is the way oneness is revealed in creation. You guys get that? Love is the way. It's showing you that there's an internal causal relationship one to the other. Another example, okay, one is the root and one is the expression of the root. So love is the root. I don't know, I guess one is the root, yeah, and love is the expression. Another example is Nachash and Mashiach, both equaling 358. This is not accidental, not poetic. What does this mean? The serpent and Mashiach, how are they connected? The same primordial force of the Nachash, of the serpent that caused the fall, is the same force, the same shorish that's going to bring the rectification. Same root light, but it's the opposite direction of expression. Okay, and they're united through gematria. The gematria is coming to teach you. It comes to make you ask the question, what is the connection between these words? And when you trace it back up to the root, you see it's the same primordial force that caused the fall. The Nachash, Mashiach, is going to cause the correction to that fall. So they don't mean the same thing, but they're just coming to highlight a connection. The rule that Mekubalim use, when two words share gematria, you can ask, what is the inner quality common to them both? How is one the root, and how is one the manifestation? How is one the fall, and how is one the Tikun, the repair? How is one concealed, and how is the other revealed? These are questions you could ask when you see two words having the same gematria. Gematria connects the root to the branch. Okay, this is another good way to think of it. Think of a white light through a prism. One number, okay, one gematria number is this white light. Okay, let's say 91 is the white light. The different words coming through, carrying that gematria, are different colors coming through the prism of that white light. These colors are coming from the same beam. Why does this matter so much to the Ari and the Zohar? What is it telling you? These two concepts are spiritually the same current running in different worlds, spheros, and historical events. People use gematria to connect people, spheros, events, souls, and tikkunim. It's a connector. That's what it is. And you have to figure out what is the connection here. I'm going to skip down. The real punchline, gematria is telling you If you understand one of these words deeply enough, you're going to come to understand the other one because they are the same soul. These two words are the same soul wearing different bodies. This is why Mekubalim get very excited. It's like a hyperlink. That's what Kalafari once called it. It's like when it's like hyperlinks you. One, it makes you think of the other thing, and it gets your brain running on how concepts are interconnected internally. And that's why Mekubalim get very excited. They do. It's all about gematria to a real Mekubal. They get so excited when they see a gematria matchup. Where's Yori? Do we have Yori? Do we have Shana? I also get excited more and more lately. Okay, let's see these comments. This is interesting. The Hermit's Corner. Samael or Satan was jealous of the light of Mashiach. That is just a reflection of Hashem's light. Right. If he only traced up the gematria of Nachash and Mashiach, he would not be jealous. He would see it originates in the same primordial place, the same shoresh. Shana. I know. People love gematria. Not so much for me, but I get it. I get why people love it. Yeah, this is why. Nothing like having, yeah, because it mathematically, you can't argue math. Math is math. The numbers are the numbers. They're incontrovertible. Okay, let's go to Rabbi Gozlan's notes. Just take a drink. Okay, Rabbi Gozlan, this is his first class. He started a new series on TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, the secrets of TIKKUNEI ZOHAR. And this class is from January 15th, a month ago, less than a month ago, 2026. So Rabbi Gozlan, this is such a throwback, you guys. I haven't done a Rabbi Gozlan class in like, I don't know, a year and a half. It's nice to go back to him. He's home base for me. So what does Rabbi Gozlan start out his intro class by saying? You guys are going to love this. You're just going to love this. He said TIKKUNEI ZOHAR is a separate book from the Zohar. It's not the same book. It's a different focus of study. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, he said, is a repair mechanism. It's not a commentary. It's not a commentary. It's a repair mechanism. It's doing something for human beings and the world. It comes to reconfigure reality. He said we're all taking part of that reconfiguration through learning TIKKUNEI ZOHAR. The 70 codes will activate our reality and impact human consciousness. Each code is this is it, guys. This is where I start to get excited. Each code is a fractal of the Or HaGanuz. And when I sat down to listen to this, and I heard him say the words Or HaGanuz, and we had been talking about it separately, not knowing this was coming. I was talking about the Or HaGanuz since Hanukkah. It was like, Hashem, how do you line me up with my destiny so perfectly without me even knowing? Such a feeling of Hashem guiding me that only hindsight can come to show. Each code of the TIKKUNEI ZOHAR is a pattern, is a fractal of the Or HaGanuz that repairs the human being and the world. So the Or HaGanuz, the hidden light of creation, and I think that the Aleph Mem Shin is a breadcrumb. Yura calls it a breadcrumb. It's just a tiny bit, a taste of what's to come. The Or HaGanuz can manifest in the world, and we return to the light of Gan Eden. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, what is it? It's a restoration of the Shekhinah in Malchus. He doesn't do it. I'm waiting for some man makubal to come and say the Shekhinah is real. I still haven't heard not one, not a one, say the Shekhinah is as real as the Kutchabrichu. I'm the first person to say it that I've ever heard. The Shekhinah is as real as the Kutchabrichu. She's in the room with me right now. We have to take her out of the theoretical. We have to take her out of this nothingville, nothing land, where she's talked about, but she's never really talked about. It's an amazing phenomenon to behold. She's everywhere in Zohar, and no one treats her like she's real. They gloss their freak over her. She gets glossed over every time. Okay. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR consists of 4 things. Number 1, TIKKUNEI ZOHAR is the spirituality of this world becoming reconfigured. Number 2, it's the study of the structure of the Or HaGanuz, which is the root of all repairs. Number 3, the connection between the human soul and these 70 codes. Number 4, he keeps saying this is not intellectual commentary. He says we're going to activate, through learning TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, you activate a vibration, 70 vibrations, and in doing so, accelerating Geula. And what are we after right now? Just that. We do not use the intellect. We are going to act vibrationally. He said we were going to take a trip from thought to vibrational emanation, from word to light, from light to Tikun. That's the trip we're taking, from word to light, from light to Tikun. For example, he said, 2 people can say the exact same word, but they do not vibrate in the same way. And that's so true. And that's why Tagin are so important. Tagin is like the vocalization of how you say a word. And I wrote this in my book, that 90% of like misunderstandings come from tone of voice. Listen to that, not content, but the tone of your voice transmits more information than any real words can do. What will we do with these vibrations from TIKKUNEI ZOHAR? We're going to access the upper worlds with them and take part in the restoration of the hidden fabric of the cosmos. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, he said, is a creation manual. A creation manual. We are going to be co-creators with Creator, co-creators with Hashem. He says we're going to have the same creative power as Hashem eventually. Our soul will remember who it is and will remember how to return to the world of the souls. There is a parallel of these repairs to the fabric of creation and to the lights of Hanukkah. He said each light of Hanukkah is an aspect of the Or HaGanuz. Right, we learned that, I forgot already. There's a total of how many lights? Does anybody remember? And that was how long the Or HaGanuz lasted on the planet until the sin. Okay, the ultimate purpose God had in mind when he created it is inside the Or HaGanuz. We have reached, good news, we have reached the final stage of creation. This creation was left unfinished. Asher bara Elohim la'asos. It is left unfinished. With the vibrations of TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, we are going to do the finishing piece of creation. The finished product of the world will be very beautiful, says Rabbi Gozlan. Like a car in a factory, we will present the finished product to Hashem and say, look, we finished it. We finished what you started. And look how beautiful it is. This finished product is only possible when we have brought down the Or HaGanuz through all the worlds to our physical world. Rebbe Gozlan says, welcome to the door of the hidden light. And we've learned, I'm just going to add to this from what I've learned through the Rabbi GPT. This chamber where the Or HaGanuz is kept is held in the Panemius, in the innermost aspect, in the hidden, behind the Pargoda. We read that in Zohar last night, that I noticed that word Pargoda. Behind the Pargoda, behind this curtain, behind the veil, inside the secret chamber, is the Shekhinah and the Or HaGanuz. And when the Shekhinah, this is why we're speaking directly to her and about her, like she's the realest freaking thing in the world, because we know that when she's delighted, it opens from within, and the full extent of the Or HaGanuz is unleashed to creation. So the Shekhinah and the Or HaGanuz are inextricably intertwined. You cannot separate one from the other, and her delight translates into the fullest revelation of the Or HaGanuz on the planet. Welcome to TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, says Rebbe Gozlan, which focuses only on the first word of Torah, Bereshis, and with that our soul begins to vibrate at the level of Chachma through the tzirufim of the word Bereshis, which is when you mix up a word, mix up the letters of a word. He said, through these tzirufim we rise to get there and to Ein Sof. We ride on those tzirufim all the way up. Bereshis can be permuted. That's the real word of tziruf. That's the translation. Permuted 70 ways. It can be base reshis, two beginnings, one beginning of the spiritual world, one of the physical world, one beginning of the soul, one beginning of the body, two beginnings, spirituality to matter, giving intention to the word, bringing kavana to your dibur. Rabbi Gozlan said the gematria of, speaking of gematria of the word Bereshis is 913. It equals the same as the word hisbonenus, which is contemplation. When you sit in hisbonenus, you sit in conversation. Really, I call it conversation with Hashem. Hisbonenus and like solitary meditation. So that comes to show us that those two words, contemplation and Bereshis, are track up to the same shoresh. The gematria comes to teach us that. So what else does this come to teach us? That Hashem did his own hisbonenus, his own contemplation to bring about the world into being. Hashem brought meditation. Oh no, we can do the same thing. Through our meditation brings thought, our thought into our own reality. We can do what he did. Hashem used his thoughts to create this reality. We can do the same thing. He vested with us the same ability of co-creation. It's coming online more and more. Contemplation, hisbonenus, brings spirit into matter. Bereshis is resh bayis, a house for your head. Bris Eish, Barashis, created 6. There are many ways to make this word vibrate. Es Hashamayim ve'es ha'aretz, Aleph. The first letters of Es Hashamayim ve'es ha'aretz are Aleph, Hey, Vav, Hey, which is the name of Hashem that awakens Da'as within us and unites the two halves of the brain, the intellectual with the spiritual, the soul with the body. So you can do some meditation on Aleph, Hey, Vav, Hey, that name of Hashem. The soul, when you do that, the soul will begin to reveal the secrets to the body. These, right? Your body is waiting for your soul to reveal secrets. I think it goes both ways. The body will teach the soul, and the soul will teach the body. I think our DNA holds a lot of codes. The vibrations of TIKKUNEI ZOHAR open these codes. That'll be nice if that happens. We've had these codes since birth, and they're dormant. They're waiting to be awakened. These are vibrational codes that our soul begins to reveal to the body. The hidden secrets that we've had since birth. As the secrets of our soul awaken within the body, our body begins to vibrate. What vibration? That vibration in our body aligns with the cosmic vibration, which aligns with the vibration of all human beings, because we are all connected quantumly. Whoa, I'm feeling it now. My body's buzzing. And from there begins the spiritual ascent towards redemption. He said this is a short definition of TIKKUNEI ZOHAR. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR is the permutation of letters that creates the vibration in our soul. Somebody asked a question, how will learning TIKKUNEI ZOHAR affect the coming of Mashiach? Good question. That's what we all want to know. The most important thing is not them. It's so funny, you guys, because I would listen to Rabbi Gozlan before I knew Mashiach, right? And it's so different listening to him now after I know Mashiach. It's just like a certain relief, like we found him. We know who he is, and we know he's working so hard to get this information out, nonstop. And there's just going to be a magical moment where Hashem makes it go worldwide. I mean, the concept of something going viral is in place for Mashiach. So the question was, how will the learning of TIKKUNEI ZOHAR affect the coming of Mashiach? So Rabbi Gozlan answered, the most important thing is not that Mashiach will reveal himself. Interesting, right? But that he, Mashiach, will be the driving force. That's my title. Mashiach will be the driving force that will bring the Or HaGanuz down to this world. He will somehow get that secret chamber opened, and the Shekhinah will release the Or HaGanuz. But he is the driving mechanism behind that process. She gets to sit there like a princess, and he's doing all the work. Rabbi Gozlan said, then Mashiach goes with his students to generate that vibration, to increase that vibration, to bring the Or HaGanuz that until now human beings have not known. His job is to reveal the Or HaGanuz. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR is not about, it's not about thinking. It is about a feeling. It happens, this feeling happens through the permutation, the tzirufim of the letters of Bereshis. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR will develop your vibrational potential. This is our intention, you guys, in learning this. He said it's like having a good voice, right? And then taking singing lessons to get yourself in tune. So we all have the good voice. We're all vested with the DNA, the codes. We just have to open them, uncoil them. DNA is coiled. It's got so much information in there. The bottom line, when we have developed our full vibratory potential, we will be able to, get this, think a miracle and have it manifest immediately. Immediatamente. Thought and action, It's also terrifying. You have to really groom your thoughts. This is the grace period to get your thoughts good because we're going to be manifesting like that. He said that is the ultimate goal of the Or HaGanuz on this earth, is to be able to manifest immediately, thought to action without a lag time. He said this is called going from Midas HaRachamim to Midas Hadin. How I understood this is the Rachamim is the lag time. It gives you time to constantly be correcting your thoughts without manifesting the nightmare in your life. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR, says Rabbi Gozlan, will help elevate our souls to the maximum vibration. And then he asked, what is the maximum vibration of our soul? Can anybody guess? I know, Irma. This kills me. Me and Yuri emailed him a bunch of times in the beginning, and he didn't. I guess he never got those emails. I will look forward to that day of them meeting. Who are you, Hermit's Corner? You're new. I like you. I like your comments. Oh my God, I love this comment. The amino acids. I learned this so many times. Oh, what were they? CGTA. Adenine, guanine, thymine. Oh my God. It's too long ago. The amino acids of the 4 letters of DNA match the gematria. I know you meant to say gematria of Yod He Vav He. Whoa. Someone did the math on that. It's coming. I love you, Sydney. It's coming like a freight train. Nothing can stop Yara. Nope. No. Okay. Hi, Ray. Ray Thompson. Okay. Where were we? Oh, I was asking you guys a question. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR will help elevate our souls to the maximum vibratory potential. What is our maximum vibration? Closeness to Creator. That's it. That's all anybody really wants at the end of the day. Closeness to Hashem. Front row. Yeah. TIKKUNEI ZOHAR opens the code to the safe of our souls. You have to be very brave to enter, says Rabbi Gozlan. To enter into TIKKUNEI ZOHAR. He said, he was very humble about it. He said, we will go as far as Hashem permits. Rabbi Gozlan did not see himself as ready to teach this until now. And he says he still doesn't, but he's going to try. Somebody asked the question, how long will the sensation of the vibration of TIKKUNEI ZOHAR last in our body? Rabbi Gozlan answered, this is why I love Rabbi Gozlan so much. He said, he answered him with another question. He said, how long did the sensation of love from the first time you held your baby on your chest last? How long did that sensation last? Did it ever stop? Did it only get stronger? Another question, what is redemption? What is redemption? Answer, redemption is nothing more. Redemption, this is so profound. Redemption, what are we talking about? What are we looking for? What's the end goal? What are we looking to achieve? Redemption is nothing more than getting closer and closer to Creator. Because we're so separated from Him. We're in the lowest world. We've been so separated. We're going to go from being the most separated to the most close, to the closest. When you approach Creator and get very close to Him, the vibration is so extraordinary that He shares His creative power with you. That's how good it gets. Hashem is going to start to share His creative power through his bonus, through contemplation, through thought. He's going to share this power, this precious power of creation with you. And this only happens if you're very close to him. Closeness is called devekus. All that exile is, all that exile was separation from Creator. So it makes sense that redemption is closeness to Creator. The exact opposite. He said, Rabbi goes on, said, TIKKUNEI ZOHAR is so powerful that it changes the forces of evil to good. The light coming from TIKKUNEI ZOHAR is that strong. The last point he made from this first class, he said, just like all souls of Israel were present at Mount Sinai at the giving of the Torah, all souls will again be present and participate in the revelation of the Or HaGanuz. It's going to be that Har Sinai moment all over again, 2.0. He said those incarnated in bodies and those not. And everyone's going to be there. Souls in bodies and souls not in bodies. And a very dear rabbi once said to me, he had a vision of what Geula will look like. And he used the word plane, Plane. We're all going to be on a plane, like a level playing field. And he said he saw everybody there. I don't know how that's going to look like practically, how that's going to get pulled off, but I love the imagery of that. Ki ish echad b'lev echad. Like one man with one heart. Okay, let's go through our comments. Oh, you're a hermit because you were accepted nowhere. I know how that feels. I know how that feels. That reminds me of like what's going on now. This past week, Yira Hari put out an incredible video. I forgot the name of it. It has the word corruption in it. Everybody should go and watch it a few times. He packs so much in. Every sentence is like a book. And he explains how every religion and every occultist practice is a corruption of Torah and Zohar. And the timeliness of that with Nicki Minaj. I don't know if you guys are following what's going on, but Nicki Minaj is calling out the cult Satanists who are doing child sacrifice. And Yur comes with every single receipt. His receipts have receipts. And it's just amazing how Hashem lines up the timing. It's a little frustrating too, because like, you know, Nicki Minaj has like millions of followers and she just says one thing and everything that us conspiracy, like nobody have been trying screaming from the mountain tops, you know, no one listened to us. I remember Nicki Minaj also years ago came out suspicious of the vaccine also. So I think she's a real player. Sydney, we were talking about this morning. I think Nicki Minaj is hired by Castle Rock Productions as a featured actress in this Q movie, To Awaken the Masses. I think she has a starring role. And Q uses her because of her fame. She gets used because when it becomes cool, when bashing Jeffrey Epstein and understanding about Epstein Island and satanic practices becomes like mainstream accepted in the mainstream culture, that's when everyone's like, oh, yeah, we knew all along. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You've been fighting us this whole time. You've been calling us tinfoil crazies, tinfoil hat crazies. Thank you guys for participating. That's interesting. Are these the enzymes? Tyrosine, histidine, tryptophan, and valine? That's very cool. It's good to know. Yeah. Even our hearts, even our heartbeat beats at the name of Hashem. So true. It's so true. It's so true. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will not be going live on Monday. I have a date with my grandson. He's sleeping over at my house. So I will see you guys hopefully again next Thursday. Have an amazing Shabbos and an amazing week. And I'm sitting here and I'm feeling, I think I'm feeling a new vibration. I'm actually feeling a buzzing. I hope you guys can feel it too. As we launch into TIKKUNEI ZOHAR together with the intention and the goal of the union of the Kudsha B'richu and the Shchinte and the revelation of the Or HaGanuz on planet Earth.